Hello Capricorn, welcome to the Existential Shift for your tarot scope for the month. My name is Morgane if you're new to my channel. I know, challenging times, but you're a Capricorn, so you find a way to build something out of this, right? I'm working with the Game of Thrones tarot. They're badass, like you. And let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. Nine of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So some of you are tired of being tired, or tired of being grieving, or tired of being worried, and you just decide to snap out of it. Something is making you feel like, okay, I've had enough of this. I need to do something about it, and you start feeling creative. And you literally go from anxiety and worry of the Nine of Swords and feeling incarcerated, well, for obvious reasons, not we all, but maybe you have your own circumstance, to feeling free within yourself. Meaning you start coming up with new ideas of what you're going to do with this time that you have on your hands and what you are going to do about that after life gets back to normal. So there's a creative idea, the Ace of Wands here, a passion of some sort. And it's like something sparks it seemingly out of the blue. You're getting a gut feeling or a rush of inspiration of some sort, and you're just like, enough of moping around, enough of sitting with it in my own bed. I'm just gonna do something. I don't know what it is. It varies among different Cappies. But there's a fire that you are rediscovering inside yourself that was a little bit numb. Maybe it was covered with work and with, you know, life. And now that everything goes quiet, it has room to make itself known again within you. Maybe it's a desire that you've suppressed. Maybe it's a dream or a goal that you have put aside to whenever the time is right. Well, seems like now's the time. The time is right. Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles. So this can go from an idea, a passion, to something really fundamentally basic. And when I say basic, I don't mean simple, I mean consistent and that has longevity. It has potential of longevity. And you're starting to figure out, okay, this is what I want to do, but how can I make money off of it, right? Page of Swords. And the mind starts rushing, coming up with ideas. You realize you have some skills that you need to attain for the sake of manifesting this desire into something practical and tangible. Maybe you're taking an online class right now as we speak. Maybe you're learning something that is more with modern times. Like if it's something that you've kept aside for a while, maybe it's been a while and times have changed. So there's new knowledge and new ways of going about it, and that's what you're, okay, I need to learn about this more. Also, this is Gemini season, Page of Swords, so this could be something that would truly be able to manifest in Gemini. Maybe it's with a Gemini. That will truly be able to manifest around June, Gemini season. And until then, This is very much so Aries season, Taurus season, Gemini season, right? The wands, the pentacles, the swords, the fire, the earth, the air. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So something about April is lighting you up. And in May, you'll work on it. And in June, you'll be able to communicate it and expand it. But let's focus on the message being for this month. Show me more for Cappies for this coming month, please. 7 of coins, 7 of pentacles, and 10 of wands. I'm picking on some of you that have been saving money for a while, like really working hard on your resources and on your funds. And for obviously, I'm not surprising anyone, but because of what the world is going through right now, you have to use those resources, you have to use those savings that you didn't want to touch, and it's really burdening, and you're like, what did I even work so hard for? Or was it even all worth it? I'm picking up that it's temporary, and that yes, and apply for, if you can, if you're eligible, apply for government assistance, whether with your taxes or with unemployment, whatever is relevant to you. Seeker, right? It will change between different ones of you. Also, a grant is coming up, or a scholarship, or funding of some sort. You don't need to take it on your own. You don't need to take all this burden alone. There's a way of you feel like you're taking all the burden on your own. Maybe you're the Hierophant and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, maybe you are maybe you're financing your family or something like that. Maybe you're head of a household. But the Hierophant and the Nine of Cups is a really beautiful turn of events where you're really handling your resources well and wise. And it will turn out to be the wise decision or the wise way of going about it, and it will work out. And in May, in Taurus season, or end of April, I see you really fulfilling something, some sort of desire or wish that was able to come about due to these circumstances. It's like lemons to lemonade kind of thing. You're seeing the opportunity, you're seeing the possibilities, and you're like, I'm going to work with what I have. There's a lot of knowledge here. I like that there's a library here at this specific Nine of Cups, and the Hierophant is also very, it's the wisdom, it's the truth, it's the teachings, it's the writings, it's the communication, it's the system, it's the academy, it's the church, and all that jazz. But it holds knowledge, and in combination with all these books, it could be literal that you're catching up on a lot of books that you've been meaning to read, right? But another thing that is possible you're given the opportunity to show what you know. Like maybe you've accumulated knowledge throughout your lifespan that so far was academic, but now you're bringing it forward and using it and making something out of it. Some of you have said, I've made payments for school and now you can't attend school, and it's frustrating, but it will have an interesting turnaround, turn of events, and it will work out. Page of Wands, 10 of Swords. Yeah, something with, for those of you who are students of something, who are studying something, or maybe it's someone in your environment, there's a will to leave and to not stay in the system and learn things in a different way. I don't know if it's financial reasons or just the need to do things differently, but either way, there's a certain ending to a way of learning and or a way of teaching. I'm sorry, can you hear the kids screaming out in the hallway? It's like no one has left their house in like a week. When are they out and about in the hallway? When I press play. It's just, it's life for you. Do we take a moment? Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling like some of you out there might be students that have been in a school or an environment where it was just like on an auto mode, but now because things are changing so much and you can't attend maybe or and so on, you start thinking of like maybe taking a different route, a different path, learning the same thing in a different way, in a different creative way that is more for you. Maybe you're like, F it, nothing is safe. I signed up for the school because I thought it will be my safety net, but nothing is safe, so I might as well do what I feel like doing. I'm kind of with you on that one. Another thing that is coming up, Cappy, is that the old paradigm is collapsing. And that goes not just, to governments and global affairs. It's relevant in the metonymy, in the micro, in our life. Every single person, something about their structure is being challenged or falling in one way, shape, or form. And it marks the end of it. And simultaneously ignites passion for new horizons. Queen of Swords right after the Ten of Swords. There's a betrayal here by someone manipulative. I'm picking up. It's not necessarily what the cards mean, but they can translate this way, especially the way they're coming up at this deck. I'm picking up on Cersei's quote, in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. In the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Arr. How does this connect to my Cappies? Clarify this more, please. This Queen of Swords and Ten of Swords. And we went from Nine of Swords to Ten of Swords. So this was a process. This was someone in the mist. Oh, someone in the mist. What is this? I'm picking up on like random intuitive hits, but let's focus the message. Okay. The Hermit. Someone wants to go their own way. Someone wants to go their own way, do their own thing, and for some reason it's being viewed as allegedly a traitor kind of thing. Although it's probably not. It's probably just a matter of perception. Cappy, if this is you, if you want to go your own way and there's something that you really want and need to do, make your own decisions. Do what's best for you. Especially at this time where the energies are really cornering us into really knowing who we are and what we want. So if you reach a level of deep understanding at this time, most especially, you can probably trust it. Like no one knows better than you about your path. So the Hermit, goes within and he sees the truth within it. And the system can say what they want to say, but that doesn't change the fact that the piece of the puzzle knows itself more than anything. And maybe you're just not in the right puzzle. Maybe you're not in your puzzle. Maybe you're a piece of a puzzle that have been trying to force itself into the other pieces around it and fit in. And it was always an almost and kind of forced. And now you realize it just doesn't match, just doesn't fit. It's that the glove doesn't fit the hand. It happens. And the puzzle is like doesn't want you to leave, because then what will be of the puzzle? It will have a missing piece. But once you make room and there's a missing piece, then the actual real piece of the puzzle will be able to come in, and you will find your own puzzle. Does that make sense? Like there's a realignment. It's almost like there were, until now, and I'm picking up on it like on a global matter, like two circles, a circle within a circle, right? And they had teeth. And it's supposed to like turn around in a way that kind of the teeth matches each other and fill in the gaps. But it was like the angle was off. Like instead of this and this, it was this and like this a little bit. What are you doing? Do you understand what I mean? And it was like a little bit. So needs to be like a little turn in the wheel, the angles. It's so slight. It's so little, but so meaningful, because then it will click like a lock. It needs to be the accurate number. It can't be +1 or -1 when you do the sequence of the numbers in a lock, right? So once it's like a domino effect. If you readjust and leave an angle that isn't completely fitting and find the angle that does fit, then something else will come into that place and something else will in that place, like a domino effect. If you do something that is true for you, like it will be like everyone around you it will echo into your environment, and everyone around you will start doing the same. Oh. So basically, living up to your own best potential will, by default, be very beneficial to everyone around you. It won't actually hurt them, as some of you might be thinking. It's a very Capricornian thing. But if I'll do what I need to do for myself, I'll sacrifice my people. What about it? They'll be better, because then they'll find the actual peace. It could be your job. It could be your environment. Anything. Maybe you are just an assy trader. I don't know who's watching. But I'm giving you credit as my seeker. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. You tell me. Just kidding. Okay, so we do have 3 9s. You might be feeling alone in this, like you don't know who to talk to about it. And now Page of Cups. Yeah. It's like you don't know how to communicate how you're feeling, and we have 3 pages now, and how to explain yourself, really. Start with the beginning and with the truth, and you'll find it. 3 pages and a Hierophant and a Queen of Swords, and the Hermit, so there might literally be a school environment. It can be an acting class, it could be an academy, right? It could be anything, but like an environment where you learn and where there's like fellow students. And someone is leaving, and someone is judging them for leaving. And is taking it really, really hard. Like they're taking it personally. The Hangman at the bottom of the dead. The bottom of the dead. Oh my. I'm sorry. My Scorpio placements, I guess, wanted to say hi. At the bottom of the deck. Well, because look at him. So this person who's feeling betrayed and taking it really personally is going to really guilt trip you and make a martyr out of themselves. Again, you can reverse the roles, right? It could be you or the person / people this is relevant for. Unpleasant indeed, but March season, Pisces season, has made you realize certain things about yourself that you really needed to realize, apparently. Also, someone is thinking about extending an apology of some sort. They're thinking. I'm not seeing anything active as of now. The Star. Oh. The damsel in distress locked in the tower. I feel like it applies for all of us right now. We're all kind of damsel in distress, locked up in a tower somewhere, or in a house, or in an apartment, or wherever. Someone wants to reach out to someone to see if they're okay at this time. To see if they're getting by, how they're doing, if they need anything. It's more like a gesture of showing thoughtfulness. But isn't as much like it's not like a practical, here, this is what I can do to help, or here, I'm bringing in some things. It's not like that. It's more like a letter of intent, right? Like showing intent or care of some sort. But it's very and there might be two people who are developing a really nice connection online, like talking to each other from a distance. Anything else I need to see for this time being for Capricorns? I will continue this in the extended. Look deeper into what exists already on the table and pull more cards, and finish up with messages from the runes. Another 9. We have currently 3 minor arcana 9s. 9 of Pentacles here, and we also have the Hermit, so it's like the 4th 9. So towards the end of the month, you go from 7 of Pentacles to 9 of Pentacles. Your finances are stabilizing themselves, and you find yourself in a place where you're like, oh, it's okay. I'm okay. And you find that this entire situation somehow helped your finances. I don't know if because you were anxious, so you've created another stream of income, right? To cover for the loss, and then that stream of income grows somehow and remains. So you get to stay with it, right? Also, there's a lot of Virgo Pisces energy here on the table. A lot of mutable energy. There's learning a lot about life and its flexibility, and how you can find yourself moving within all the changes. You might surprise yourself in a positive way. Okay, you want to see? Sorry. So I'm going to continue this right now in the extended, clarifying more cards, runes. The link is below in the description box. You can find it on Vimeo and on Patreon, depending what kind of, how you want to join the Existential Shift. Depends on you. And have a good month. I love you guys very much, and I will see you in a second.